going to be talking about the attack on Grostal. Okay. And of course, I've lost my page with that.
Good afternoon.
Yes, you're right. Okay.
I will talk to you about rebound attack, and this is a joint work with Clément Gomez and Alain Mercier, my two co-workers at DGM. So here is the outline of my talk. I will very briefly introduce Grostal hash function and its components. Then I will introduce the classical rebound attack on 10 rounds, and afterwards we shall attack 11 rounds. So let's focus on Grostal for now. So this version of Grostal outputs 512-bit digest from messages over bit length. It handles messages by dividing them into blocks, adding eventually some padding, and computes updates iteratively an internal state initialized with some ID, with the compression function f applied on both the block of message and the internal state. And once all the block of messages have been processed, the internal state goes through an output transformation omega, which outputs itself the hash of our message f. Okay? The compression function f and the output transformation omega rely on internal permutation p and q and a truncature t. And the internal permutations are the blocks threatened by our attack. Okay? Because Grostal comes with security assertion, Fuchs, Stern, and Zimmer proved F to be collision and pre-match resistance, assuming that P and Q are ideal. And Andreeva, Menack, and Prenel proved the whole Grostal hash function to be indifferentiable from a random oracle, assuming also that P and Q are independent. And what we are doing here is to prove that a reduced round version of P and Q may not be considered as the ideal. Because inner permutations P and Q are AES-like substitution permutation network, whose round function is a composition of 4 operations. Here the grid represents the internal state, and each cell represents a byte. Okay, so there is 16 columns and 8 rows. So SB stands for the sub-byte operations. It is the only nonlinear operation in this round function. And it applies independently on cells and on bytes. It is the classical AES box, which is applied here. SH stands for shift row operation, and it applies on rows and cyclically shifts them. And MB stands for mixed byte operation, and it applies independently on columns. It is the application of an MBS matrix column by column. There is also an add-round constant function, which adds round constant to the internal state. Okay. So let's talk about rebound attack now. Rebound attack are distinguishers built upon limited birthday problem. So the limited birthday problem consists in finding, given a permutation P and two linear subspaces E in and E out, a couple of internal state values such that their difference lies in the first subspace and the difference of the images by P lies in the second one. Okay? So Gilbert and Perrin proved that the natural extension of the algorithm solving birthday problems, an algorithm they call generic limited birthday algorithm, has this complexity. And the optimality of this algorithm has been proven by Iwamoto, Perrin, and Sasaki. Okay. So the goals of our rebound attack is to build distinguishers, meaning an algorithm solving an instantiation of the limited birthday problem faster than the generic algorithm. This will break the proof. And in some cases, rebound attack may be the first step to mount collision attack, as Mendel, Hirschberger, Schleifer, and Thompson did. Okay, so this is the path we will follow. Okay, what follows is extracted from Jeremy Jean PhD thesis. Okay, so we can see that the rebound attack may be splitted into two phases: an inbound phase involving here the 4 middle rounds, and an outbound phase involving the remaining rounds. Okay, the goal of the inbound phase is to find a couple of state values compatible with two differentials propagated forward and backward. And the outbound phase will consist in finding most of those samples some of them compatible with probabilistic transitions towards first and last rounds. Such truncated differential path induces an instantiation of the limited birthday problem. Here, the first linear subspace in is of dimension 64.8, since there are 64 byte positions that are active. And the final state is imaged by invertible linear transformation of a linear subspace of dimension 8 times 8. So the final linear subspace we are considering is only of dimensions 8 times 8. So it induces the computational complexity of the generic algorithm solving this instantiation of 2 to the 448 operations. How does this work? First of all, I choose a differential value fitting pattern 14. Okay? Since all operations are linear, I can compute its image until pattern 17. Now, since sub-byte operation is not linear, I have to set the couple of state values compatible with this differential to be able to propagate it forward. So what I do is I partition my state into 8-byte values, such as there are columns in pattern 19. So there are shifted columns in pattern 18, and these couples of state values, so the lists, there are 16 list Li, such that elements in Li's are couples of 8-byte values, shifted columns of pattern 19, compatible with the induced restrictions of the differential. Okay? So since there are columns in pattern 19, I can propagate them until pattern 23, since the only operation mixing bytes is the mixed byte value, and it applies on columns. So I can compute the image of those values until pattern 23. Symmetrically, I can choose another differential value delta out fitting this time at pattern 29. I can propagate it backward until pattern 26. Symmetrically, I can compute 16 list Ri compatible with the induced restrictions of delta prime out, and such that they are shaped as columns, and that's why I can propagate them until pattern 23. So there, I have 16 list Li prime, and 16 list Ri prime, and any combinations of elements in those 16 list Li prime yield couple of state values of the full state values compatible with my differential delta in, and any combinations of elements in the list Ri prime yield a couple of full state values compatible with my choice of delta out. So I have to merge them. I have to find an element which can be written as the combinations of elements in Li prime and the combinations of elements in Ri prime. This is made with a Gessen-Determan algorithm with a complexity 2 to the 280. This concludes the so-called in-bound phase. So with the choice of delta in and the choice of delta out, I can compute a couple of state values compatible with my truncated differential path between pattern 14 to pattern 29. So there is a probabilistic transition where I try to propagate backward my differential between pattern 12 and pattern 11, and all other steps are deterministic. Symmetrically, there is a probabilistic transition between pattern 31 and pattern 32, and all other steps are deterministic. So if I reproduce 2 to the 112 times the in-bound phase, I expect to have a couple of state values compatible with the whole truncated differential path. Okay, so this yields a complexity of 2 to the 392, which is below the complexity of the generic algorithm solving this instantiation of the limited birthday problem, so I benefit from the distinguisher. Okay, so let's attack 11 rounds now. Using mixed integral linear programming techniques and trying to reduce the number of columns involved in several rounds, make appear this structured path, this structured truncated path. That is, as you may see, very interesting, since the final step is only the shifted version of the first step, and it is realized with probability only 2 to the minus 22 times 8, which is actually quite high. This can be used to mount rebound attack on 11 rounds with the use of this truncated differential pass on 11 rounds. Okay, you may see that it is a little bit more structured than before, since from row 3 to row 9, every row is only a cyclic shift of the preceding one. Here the inbound phase will involve 6 rounds, from round 3 to round 8, and outbound phase will involve the remaining round. And what we will do this time is to find a couple of state values compatible with not 2 but 3 differential values. The outbound phase remains unchanged. The limited birthday problem, the instantiation of the limited birthday problem induced by this truncated differential pass involves this time linear subspaces of the same dimension. So if it is a classical birthday problem, and the computational complexity is this time only 2 to the 96. Okay. But I am pretty confident to find a couple of state values realizing that truncated differential pass, since I have a huge number of possible choices for the couple of internal states. And if I just consider probabilistic transitions through my truncated differential pass, I expect to benefit from 2 to the 24 times 8 couple of state values compatible with the whole truncated differential pass. So all I have to do now is to find them with a complexity below than 2 to the 96. Okay? I can have a more compact vision of my truncated differential pass by the use of super S-box description. Here, super S-box is the application of an SB operation, an MB operation, and another SB operation. And SL here stands for superlinear, and it is the composition of a shift row operation, a mixed byte operation, and another shift row operation. Okay? So how do we find such a couple of state values? Since superlinear is an invertible linear transformation, and since the differential values compatible with pattern 4 is a linear subspace, delta 1, the differential values compatible with pattern 4 such that their image by SL2 is compatible with pattern 5, is also a linear subspace, and it is a linear subspace of dimension 12. It is the same between pattern 6 and 7, and once again between pattern 8 and 9. So I choose an arbitrary differential value in my second linear subspace delta 2. There, I compute column by column couple of column values compatible with the induced restriction of my differential delta 2, such that their image by SSB2, the inverse of SSB2, is compatible with the induced restriction of the pattern column by column. Okay, so that's the orange column here. So there are 7 lists CI, and I can do the same, propagating back forward with the column CJ prime. Okay. So what I do now is to compute combinations of elements in those 7 lists of couples of column values to build a couple of partial internal state of 7 column values, such that the induced differential in pattern 5 lies in my first linear subspace big delta 1. Okay, and I can do the same, propagating forward with the list F and the lists Cj prime. Okay, this can be made with complexity only 2 to the 6 times 8. To construct lists of size 2 to the 6 times 8. Okay. So I have a list E, I have a list F. The list E is compatible with my differential delta 2, and such that the image by the inverse of the transformation SSB2 lies in my first linear subspace. F, the same for the image of delta 2 by SS3, and such that their image by SSB3 lies in my linear subspace at big delta 3. And with a guess and determine algorithm, I can find a match of E in the big list E and F in the big list F, having a matching completion, meaning a full state value compatible with the induced choice of E and F. This happens only with probability 2 to the minus 12 times 8. Any fitting choice admits 2 to the 28 times 8 matching completions, and using a clever guess and determine algorithm, we can find such a choice with complexity only 2 to the 7 times 8. Okay? So I select one choice of E and F admitting matching completions. This induces differential value delta 3 in pattern 8. So this induces a differential value delta 3 prime in pattern 9. And there, I choose the 34 byte values, couple of values compatible with the induced delta 3 prime, such that their image by SSB4 have a difference compatible with pattern 10. This can be made with probability 2 to the minus 12 times 8, and any fitting choice admits 2 to the 72 times 8 matching completions. And with the second guess and determine algorithm, this can be made in complexity 2 to the 24. Finally, I do a third merging completions to match the matching completions found between E and F and the matching completions found with the determination of S. And with the third guess and determine algorithm, we can compute the intersection of those matching completions, which is of size 2 to the 6 times 8, with complexity only 2 to the 72. Okay, perfect. This concludes the inbound phase. So, to summarize, with a complexity around 2 to the 72, I can find a couple of full state values compatible with the truncated differential path between pattern 4 and pattern 10. So, let's begin the outbound phase. There is one probability transition between pattern 4 to pattern 3. All other steps are deterministic. There is another, when I try to propagate backward my differential. When I try to propagate it forward, there is one other step which is non-deterministic between pattern 10 and pattern 11. And you can see that those probabilities are realized jointly with probability, those events are realized with probability 2 to the minus 6 times 8, which corresponds exactly to the number of full state values I have collected during the inbound phase. And since my complexity is around 2 to the 72, it is less than 2 to the 96, so I benefit from a distinguisher. So to conclude my talk, I would say that it is the first rebound attack on 11 rounds of Grossel permutation. Everything that I said can be transposed to the other permutation cube of Grossel the 512. And the truncated differential path on 11 rounds we have built may be extended to another truncated differential path on 12 rounds. It is statistically realized, although it seems difficult to derive a distinguisher for 12 rounds. It seems difficult to beat the complexity of the generic algorithm solving the limited birthday instantiation induced. But we think that this method shall generalize to all AWS-like permutations. And that's all for me. Thank you for your attention.
So do we have any questions? Okay. Well, I guess I'll ask you the same question I asked the previous speaker. Obviously, there's no way you could do this computation, but are there things you've been able to do to verify that particular parts of it work?
We have done no such thing.
Okay. Well, that's reassuring.
I think if we had the time and the energy to do this, what could be interesting would be to try to run this distinguishing attack on a toy Grossel with 4-bit S-boxes, but that's requiring a non-negligible amount of work, and we have not found the time to do it yet.
Okay. Do you have any other questions? All right, let's thank the speaker again.